everyone, welcome to my channel today. Today I am bringing you a Design Team Challenge project hosted by Doreen at Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, Red Hill Fiber and Company, and myself, Martha at Bird and Barn Designs. And together the three of us have teamed up to do a Design Team Challenge with Doreen's team over at Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. And Red Hill Fiber and Company is my daughter and son-in-law's business. They spin yarn. They are alpaca farmers and they produce their own yarn, and they have just opened a fabulous new retail space. And part of that space is producing a line of some beautiful new crafting items to use in your craft room. And where I come into play is my daughter and son-in-law are fiber artists, and I am on the crafting side of things. So we kind of put our heads together in collaboration to come up with some beautiful designs for the craft room. And part of that design is a newly launched set of lace bobbins, which is what we sent to Doreen's design team members as part of this challenge. So this is a little example of the bobbins that Red Hill Fiber and Company produced. This is one that I have painted pink in kind of a test for my project here that I'm going to show you. And then here is how they come in a plain wood. And you can paint them, you can decorate them however you prefer. Some people like the wood finish, some people like to paint and do the shabby chic. So this is how the plain one looks with just wrapped lace, and I just love that look as well. So that was our part of the collaboration. I sent Doreen a set of 6 bobbins for each of her 12 design team members, and then she in turn sent those out along with a beautiful goodie kit that she put together containing all kinds of vintage laces and fabrics and little snippets of beautiful appliques and some bling pieces. And then we were to use those items to decorate the bobbins, and then also choose one of her kits out of her Etsy shop of her beautiful digital kits to decorate with. And she also sent us a larger box, it's a cigar box, and a smaller little wooden box to embellish, to use as the lace holders. So, or for the lace holders, excuse me. So I will go ahead and show you what I have chosen to do with mine. And I have to tell you, if you've been following the hashtag BBD lace holders, you will have already seen some of Doreen's extremely talented designers in their creations and how they decorated their lace holders and their boxes. It has been such a thrill to watch such beautiful work being done, and to know that some of my children's products are being used in it. I'm so proud all the way around, proud of Doreen's team and how they pitched in, and just I'm so grateful for their participation in helping promote these lace bobbins, and proud of my kids for the work that they've done and how far they've come. So for my project, I have chosen to use Doreen's Divine Moments kits, and I will show you just a few pieces out of that kit so you can kind of get an idea. Look at this beautiful page. This is one of my favorite pages out of that kit. Look at the dimension and the detail in that digital. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? So that's one of the larger pages. And then this one is some of the little ephemera pieces. And I did shrink this down a little bit because I needed it to be smaller for my project. So these are larger when you print them out. And then she has ephemera pages as well. And you'll see one of the little bows that I cut out down here and used in my design. So the kit is just multiple pages of gorgeousness. You will absolutely love it. And this one is one of my favorite kits of hers. So I decorated my box and my lace spools, my lace bobbins, and I'll show you how I decorated the bobbins. I painted mine a soft pink, and I edged them I don't know if you can see, barely around here on the edging. I took my gold ink and I kind of just went around the edges so it wasn't just so stark. And then I wrapped my lace around, and I've used all vintage laces here. I added a little snippet from one of the vintage laces that she sent and a little touch of bling to the top. And then I made a little dangle for the side. I think that's so, so sweet. I just love how these pretty soft pinks tie in with Doreen's digitals. And then I made a little tag out of her digitals, and I will show you the back of one of the tags. I backed it with another one of the digitals from this kit, and then I just attached it to the lace with a long hat pin. And I thought that added such a pretty little touch. And also you can use the back of this for jotting little notes, like where you got your lace, or if it's vintage, or you know, whatever kind of notes you want to put on there, just little snippets of notes. And just gave you a little spot to do that. So there's one of them. And then on the ones that I did not add the dangle, we have some plain ones that without the etching, and then the ones that were engraved. And on the plain ones, I of course did not add the dangle. I added a little row of bling to the top, and I thought that was so beautiful. And then again, the sweet little tag with the backing on there that I just pinned in. And on the backs of the, or on the lace bobbin itself, I collaged pieces of her digital. And I did leave 2 of these bobbins plain so I can kind of show you what I did there. So that's that one. And then here is another one with the beautiful dangles. I just love those dangles. These were really fun to make. I stayed up way late last night making those. And I think they look really pretty with a little bit of bling in the dangles here, with a little bit of bling up here. And then look at this beautiful digital there. I just love that. And again, the backing on the tag. And these were larger, like postcard size, and when I printed them, I just shrunk them down to like I think it was a 4x6 size, and it made tiny little tags. I just used my little corner edger and rounded the corners, tied a little piece of vintage lace on there, and look how beautiful that looks. And then this one was another of the plain ones that I did the collaging on, and then just put the little bit of bling up there. And then look at this sweet little angel tag. Isn't she precious? I just absolutely love her. And again, the vintage lace stuck in there with the hat pin. And then they're just plain on the back. And then here is one of them without the lace, so you can see how I collaged. And each one of these collagings are different. And I will put a picture of these unwrapped on my Instagram and my Facebook page, which will be linked below in the description, so you can get on there if you choose to do so and see how all the collaging went. And because this was the Divine Moments kit, and it did include the angels, and because my faith is so very important to me, I chose words, pages out of a vintage Bible. Someone had sent me pages from a vintage Bible, and you'll see little words about God and faith and different things in there. And I thought that went so well with the angel theme, which you'll see here in a moment as well. So that is one with the dangle. And then here is one of the plain ones. And I think that is just so, so beautiful. It's just so, so elegant. I love the vintage book page with the beautiful soft roses, little touch of bling with the wood, kind of a juxtaposition with that. And I just think the aesthetic is so, so gorgeous. So those were my bobbins. And then here is my box. And inside, on the bottom, I chose one of the little angels. Let's see, let's make sure I'm in frame here. I chose one of the little angels. I'll raise you up so you can see. one of the vintage Bible pages that Doreen sent. It's very, very old, and it's in a foreign language, which is just beautiful. And then I cut several pieces out of her kit, there and there and there, and I just collaged those onto the bottom and decoupaged them in. I used a little bit of lace around the middle, or around the sides, to kind of soften it up a little bit. And on the lid, I used another one of the pages from her kit, another little snippet that talks about the Christian faith. And these were all little snippets from the kit that she sent us to use. And again, another little piece of lace from that ruffle that we saw in there. This was one of the appliques that I glued on and made a pocket with. And then up top here, we have a little snippet dangle with this beautiful little piece here. And this was how she sent it, how Doreen sent it to us. And I thought it was so lovely, I just left it as is. And then in the pocket, I have two little tags from her kit that I used a piece of applique on, and just back them with a piece of her kit. I double side printed it. And then again, another one of the little angels in front of the beautiful gate, and then the back of that one. And then this is a little lace bobbin, and that is a sneak peek. And that's all I'll say about that. So you'll have to follow along to know more. But I thought that looked really lovely inside. And then we'll close the box and look at the top. And the top, I took a piece of an applique that she sent. Of course, did her digital as a backdrop, and put a vintage book page here that I coffee dyed. And then these were little snippets that she sent in the kit for us to use. This little piece here and the vintage rhinestone, and this piece, those were out of her Precious Bits kit that I received a while back and have been kind of hanging on to for the perfect project, and I thought this was it. And then I just loved this focal point. I took one of the angels out of her kit and put it in a frame. I layered it with some cheesecloth and 2 doilies to give it a little dimension. And then this was a snippet that she had sent as well, and it was just as is, just like this. And I thought it was so beautiful. I left it all intact and put it on the top of the box. And then this piece here, she also sent in the kit that she sent us. And I thought that just added the perfect touch of bling. And because we had little bling scattered here and there on the box, I edged the whole top in bling. And I think it just gives it such a lovely, lovely sparkle. And then on the side, I used her digitals all around the sides. And I used a little piece of lace. And then I added some pearl trim. And on the front is this beautiful piece of lace, and it was very wide lace. And these pieces on the side I cut from the top of this one. So I left that one long. And I added a snippet of some of the little treasures that she sent. This is a piece of that ruffle lace. This is a piece of ruffle trim right here. This is a piece of that ribbon trim that I lined the inside edges of the box with. A little piece of tatting that Doreen sent, and this beautiful, beautiful bling element that I left as a dangle. And I thought it was so beautiful. And then I just added little feet to it, to the cigar box. And I painted them in the shabby pink like I painted the lace bobbins in. And that is my box. I absolutely, positively love the way that that turned out. I am getting afternoon shadows in here, so I apologize for the little stream of light beaming across here. But I think it makes the sparkles stand out beautifully. So let's layer those all back in this box. And then I will show you what I did with the smaller box. I have so enjoyed seeing how everyone has decorated their beautiful bobbins. Everyone had a different aesthetic. Some of them painted them white. Some of us did light pink. Nicola, you have to look at hers. She did a completely different thing. She's at my Shabby Craft Corner, and she stained hers in this beautiful dark walnut, and oh my goodness, it has the most beautiful vintage look to it. So all kinds of different ideas that you can do with these. They're so versatile. So here's the little wooden box that she sent, and I just used some of my findings that I had, some of my hardware that I had in my stash. I chose some of the little pieces of digital. There's the little bow that we just saw in the ephemera sheet, and I put a Swarovski crystal in the middle to give it a little sparkle. See if we can get it in the light there. Look at that. And then this beautiful cameo Doreen sent with our goodie bag, and I had a little frame that I already had in my stash, and I put it inside the frame. And then on the outside, I decorated it with some vintage lace and pearls. And on the inside, another piece of the Divine Moments kit. I decoupaged, edged, did a torn edge and inked it with my ink, and then decoupaged it in. Put a little cheesecloth down here and a little element that was in the Precious Bits kit that I received earlier, and I used that. And then inside of this box, I tucked a handful of the goodies that I did not use to embellish this project with, but I certainly will treasure and use in future projects. So look at this beautiful bling piece Doreen sent, and look at this gorgeous organza flower. Look at the fluidity of that. I just love the movement. And look at this, y'all. Look at how beautiful that would be as a focal point on some beautiful upcoming project. So I love that. Here's another little piece of bling that did not get used, but certainly will in the future. And then I just put little snippets of things that she sent. Some of them are the way she sent them, and some I tacked together after I got finished using the kit. Look at this beautiful piece here. This little applique, I believe, was part of a vintage wedding dress, and some vintage lace. Doreen's all about the vintage, and she sends the most lovely, lovely kits full of vintage goodies. This little netting with the seed pearls and the bugle beads, so beautiful, and the ribbon flower fabric, and the, oops, I just flipped that right off. And then a piece of doily, beautiful doily. Here's a lovely butterfly. And then here's some little snippets of goodies, a beautiful bling piece, and some little snippets here, a beautiful flower, another beautiful flower, and there's some more of that ruffle piece, which is right here. This was the piece that I used on the front of the box. I just took a little snippet of that. Look at how lovely that is. Oh, I love how shabby and vintage that is. And then on the bottom of this box, I just used a piece of one of the digitals that she sent. This one actually lined the cigar box that was filled with all the goodies when she sent them to us. And I just cut it down and put it inside this smaller box because I thought it looked beautiful with this digital here. So that is my project. I just love how it all turned out. This was the most fun project to work on, and each day I would get on and see one of the designers post on YouTube their beautiful creations, and it's been so fun and inspiring and a bit challenging because you didn't want to copy what someone else had already done. So I guess maybe that's the advantage of getting your project out there ahead of everyone else. So I would like to take just a moment and give some very special thank yous to Doreen at Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. Doreen, I'm going to use your word, treasures. I absolutely treasure you and your friendship. I am so honored and thrilled to be on your design team and have had so much fun. I'm so new to all of this design team business, and it's been such an honor to be on your team, and the confidence that you have in me and the encouragement has been a blessing. And a thank you to Lindsay and Ty Higgins, my kids at Red Hill Fiber, and I refer to them as my kids all the time, and I hope that doesn't annoy them because they are grown adults and they have achieved and accomplished so much, but in my heart, they're my kids. So I will link their business below at Red Hill Fiber & Co., and you can get on and see on their website all of the lovely things that they're making. They have all of the yarn on there. They process in their mill. They hand spun in their mill with their own equipment. Ty does all of the custom dyeing. Lindsay does a lot of the design and all of the marketing and all of the bookkeeping and the behind the scenes admin stuff that's, you know, not the glory and glam of it all, but she does it all. And this whole operation is run by just the two of them. And they have just taken on this wood cutting part of the business where you'll see all of these products. And they just got a enormous new DTF printer, I believe it's called, and they're making custom market bags and t-shirts and drinking mugs and just all kinds of things. And they just now got that about 2 weeks ago, and they're off and running with all kinds of new things. They have earrings, they have all kinds of crochet and knitting items, the needles, the stitch markers, you know, all of the things that you use when you do that kind of a craft. So as well as some alpaca socks and scarves and hats and different things like that in the store. So I don't know if I mentioned before, they're alpaca farmers. That's how it all started. Then they found out that there was a year or more wait to have a fleece processed into yarn. So they happened on an opportunity to buy mill equipment, and they bought a mill and started a fiber mill of their own. And then they processed their alpaca fiber and took in fiber from all over the world and processed it into yarn. And now they branched out into a beautiful new retail space, and I just could not be more proud of them. So be sure and check out their website. And then I want to thank Doreen's design team members, and I wrote it all down so I will not forget anybody, because I, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate each and every one of you. I'm thrilled and have loved to see everything that you've done with these projects, and I could not be more proud to stand by you in this collaboration and on Doreen's team. Some of you I knew before, some of you I'm getting to know, and I just appreciate each and every one of you. So I'd like to thank Jennifer at A Trace of Sparkle, Violet at A Paper Made Pretty, Marie at Cupcakes, Pearls, and Lace, Nicola at My Shabby Craft Corner, Laurette at My Vintage Paper Girl, Christina at Christina's Paper Creations, LaShelle at Peonies and Pearls DIY and her crafty partner Rosemary, and Amy Love Royce, and Laura at Shabby and Chic Crafts, and MJ Reyes at My Paper Journey. Those are all of Doreen's design team members, as well as myself, and I will link each of their channels below, and I encourage you to go follow each and every one of them if you haven't already. You will see some amazingly talented ladies doing all kinds of just absolutely beautiful projects. And again, Doreen at Ooh La La Vintage Treasures, I will link her Etsy shop below so you can get on and see her whole collection of gorgeous digitals. And I just want to thank all of my new subscribers this week as well, and each one of you that likes and comments on my videos. They're helping my channel to grow by leaps and bounds, and I am so honored that you're all here and are sticking with me. And I'm so new to this, like I said earlier, and I'm just absolutely loving this crafty journey, and I'm so glad that you're all here with me. So again, thank you to everyone. I hope you all have a blessed weekend, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.